Yep, you got it. There we go. So it looks like baby formula. Okay, good job. Who's next? Okay. So this is a great example, okay? She hovered over these, but she ended up accidentally picking up these. That's because they're so magnetic, whereas this is not magnetic at all, as this is. Good job. Who's next?
Great example, Megan.
Try this one.
No. Turn it sideways.
Other side.
Oh,
Oh, well, okay. It worked finally.
There you go. You should
Anybody else? Was that it? Is that everybody? Did you get to go? Go ahead. He's like, I've seen this done before. I got it. All right, guys. So does everybody understand how the steel cans are separated out? And not just cans, anything that's steel? Make sense?
So how did? All right. So what happens with the aluminum then? That doesn't.
Oh, I will get to the aluminum. That is it. Yeah, the whole thing goes in a process. Okay, so let's everybody. No,
Really
it's fine.
quick. So like the aerosol bottle, the
Yes.
whatever.
This
So I would never think to put that in. That's okay to put in the recycle?
Yeah, we stop at we stop at like this and hairspray. Anything that's like pesticides or anything we can't take.
Okay.
But this is safe
So
enough,
is
and
that-
the top is
I
fine
was
too.
gonna say, but what happens with that when you have both the plastic and the?
We'll talk about that in further processing, but basically, long story short, when this goes to further processors after it's baled, it's melted, and the high level of heat, this becomes actually
wondering
just
about that.
residual. If anything, they scrape it off the top. They don't even
So
have
you
to.
can't
It
really
evaporates.
reuse it unless it's popped off.
This, well, you can. They'll melt it right down with this. I mean, the steel refineries will just. They'll take a whole bale. This will be in the bale. They'll melt down the whole bale. This will literally just burn off and be residual.
Burn
It's like a non-issue because the temperatures are so high.
And then,
Yep. Okay, so this next section, if this was the simplest form of separation, this next section is the most complicated, and that's because it's not only separating out one item, it's actually separating out technically three. Two different types of plastic are going to be separated here, and I'll tell you how it happens in a second. It's really kind of, it's my favorite actually. PET plastic is a number one, right? Does everybody know that on every piece of plastic there's a teeny little recycling symbol inside which is a number? On everything plastic, you just have to look really hard. It's like, where's Waldo? You got to try to find it. These numbers that correspond to each plastic actually indicate the type of chemicals that it takes to make and manufacture this plastic. PET is going to be sorted out. Cartons are highly desirable in the recycling industry. I hope everybody here knows that cartons are recyclable.
Really?
Extremely.
I
Yes.
thought they're lined, that you can't.
Well, actually, the reason they're so desirable is because they're lined. And what happens, paper manufacturers, people who use recycled paper, who want recycled paper, love getting cartons because they do have two layers. One is the polyethylene layer on the outside. Another for refrigerator cartons is another layer of that plasticine. And for shelf stable, it's an aluminum layer covered with a polyethylene layer. The fact is, when these are recycled, they go to specific plants where they